Hello, my name is Paul Allen. I'm the managing partner at PIM Tax Services, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the stimulus checks that are coming because there are some tax implications with respect to those, and I wanted you to be aware of what they might be. All right, so here's the basics of how these stimulus checks work. All right, they are in essence a refundable tax credit for taxable year 2020 that Treasury, notably the IRS, has been directed to advance to the taxpayers, and they're going to advance that credit to us based on the 2019 tax return if it's available. If it's not, they're going to use the 2018 tax return. And if you don't have a 2018 or 2019 tax return on file, they're going to check with the Social Security Administration, see if you have a 1099 SSA Social Security benefits statement. And if you've got one of those, then they can base your tax credit on that. Now, since it's a 2020 credit that you're getting advanced based off prior year data, if when you file your 2020 tax return, this would have allowed for a higher tax credit, then you will get a higher tax credit when you file your 2020 tax return. If, however, when you file your 2020 tax return, it indicates you should have received a lower credit, the difference will not have to be repaid. I think that's pretty remarkable. So it allows for some planning and strategy, if you will. All right, so let's look at more of the basics. How much is it? It's a $1,200 credit per taxpayer, so it's $2,400 if you're married and you file a joint return. And then if you have qualifying children under the age of 16, you will get $500 for each of those. Those will be children who qualify for the child tax credit on your tax return. Get you an additional $500 of this advanced credit, which is also known as the stimulus check. However, you are going to be limited. The amount of your check will be limited by your adjusted gross income, your AGI, and it will be reduced by 5% of the amount that you are over the AGI limit. I'll go over some examples for that. It reads poorly, but the math is really quite easy. All right, so if you're married and filing jointly, MFJ, married filing jointly, your limit, AGI limit, $150,000. If you're filing as head of household, your AGI limit, $112,500, and all others being essentially single or married and filing separately, being $75,000. It's your AGI limit. Let's look at examples. I think it's the easiest way to understand this. Jim and Heidi are married, and they file their 2019 tax return jointly. They have two qualifying children, ages 4 and 6. So their base credit is going to be $3,400, right? They get $2,400 for two taxpayers married and filing jointly, plus $500 for each of their qualifying children. $3,400 is their baseline tax credit. However, their AGI in 2019, $170,000. That is $20,000 over the AGI limit of $150,000 for married couples filing jointly. So their base credit is going to be reduced by 5% of that $20,000, which is $1,000. So their stimulus check, their advanced credit, is going to be for $2,400. Now, they are impacted by the coronavirus pandemic, and Heidi can't work. The kids are out of school. She has to stay home and take care of them. So when they file their 2020 tax return, they have a lower AGI. It's only $120,000. This would qualify them for that full $3,400 of the tax credit, right? So when they file their 2020 tax return, they will be refunded the difference. That $1,000 will come to them in early 2021 when they file their 2020 tax return. All right, let's look at one more example. George and Tina are married, and they have filed their tax returns jointly in 2018, and they do not have qualifying children. So with an AGI at 2018 to 116,000, they will qualify for the full $2,400 of stimulus check payment. They prepare their 2019 tax return, and it shows an AGI of 177,000. If they file this return, it's going to limit their ability to collect on the full 2,400, so they take advantage of the tax filing extension until July 15th, and so their stimulus check payment is based on their 2018 data, and they get the full $2,400 check. All right, now they file their 2020 tax return next year, and they were not impacted by the coronavirus. They both were able to work from home. They were both able to keep their incomes relatively high. and they have an AGI of 182,000. Well, under the current rules, they will not have to pay back this advanced tax credit that they received. They don't have to pay back any of the stimulus payment they got because it was based on 2018 data. Some additional considerations you may want to keep in mind. The IRS is going to deposit this money directly into your bank account if they have your bank info. Okay, if they do not have your bank info, they will mail you a check, and they will mail it to the last known address they have. And generally, this is the address on your most recently filed tax return. So if you've moved, which many military families do every year, they move since the last time, you can try a variety of things. You can check with the post office and make sure all of your mail is being forwarded, or you can file your 2019 return with your new address on it, or you can try sending in Form 8822, which is the official change my address with the IRS form, and see if that gets processed before your stimulus check gets processed. But the easiest thing to do is actually just to file your 2019 tax return. All right, I know that's a lot of information. If you have questions or comments, please get in touch with me. My email address is paul@pimtax.com. The office telephone number is 757-357-1110. I look forward to talking to you. Thank you.